y'all could donate and
Nah. Go get your man back. You got your man going. Bye bye, T.
Later.
Shout out to T. T's my homie, y'all. Definitely rock with her. She donates. She's my homie. No matter what y'all hear me say, I fuck with her. Word. I'm going live with you. I'm going live with you two. I'll be back. I will cross the ocean for you. I will go and bring you the moon. I will be your hero, your strength, anything you need. I will cross the ocean. What up, man? It's Queen's Flip, man. Just feel like chopping it up with y'all for a little bit. There's a lot of people in here. There's 75 people, 4 in the morning. It's one of those days, just one of those days. I come up here and get some things together. And hmm. So, today I went to certain areas to have discussions, pertaining to, things that I felt that was said on YouTube and stuff. But, we got past it. I'm gonna have a conversation. You know, being a mediaologist in this game, you tend to go through a lot of things. You tend to have to be held responsible for the decisions that you make. And in order to be a successful mediaologist, you have to do the proper research. You have to be true to yourself, be true to your beliefs, and stand on your square. A lot of people out here, they want the success, but they don't want to work for it. And shout out to T. Thank you for the $5, Tanisha. Queens, New York, please God, you never got back to me on that. $20. Hey, yo, Queens, New York, what's up, homie? I told you, whatever you need me to do for a promotion or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You sent me an email, but you didn't send me no information. You ain't DM me. DMs is easier. But I told you I got you on that. I need, a direct contact. Also, let's talk about this computer joint that we doing. But, I'm a mediaologist is a word I made up. So being a mediaologist, you gotta be true to yourself, true to the game, know what you want, know how you want it, and get it done. Proper research, proper etiquette, standing on your square. You ain't gonna make all the right decisions. A lot of people out here in the society on YouTube, Instagram, and we're not blaming or pointing fingers. We're just saying the naysayers. They tend to want you to do what they want you to do. But I'm human. We're human. The world isn't perfect. They tend to paint these false, and I just like to use the word, but narratives. And when you paint these narratives, you tend to, and have people rally against you. It shows that some of you have different agendas. When I was a kid, right, my mom used to tell me, if you don't like something, don't watch it. If you don't like something, don't eat it. If you don't like something, don't be around it. Now, for some of you to actually don't like something but watch, so it can crash and burn, mean that you're not really for people. You're for self-gain. You're for self-gain of destruction. It makes you in a way, a psychopath, because you get a thrill out of watching somebody fail and fall and lose everything. That thrills you to laugh. I mean, sometimes somebody who do something wrong, like you have situations like the legendary R&B singer where people are happy because, in their opinions, allegedly he's been doing wrong his whole life. So people watch to see like, dang, finally some people. But when a person track record is clean, with some blemishes, and you're like, yo, man, it's not a good thing, and you want to see them fall, it's not a good thing. Oh snap! We got some donations for me. Another one. Success comes to those that want it and work hard. King Ace TV. I'm gonna yeah. So, oh, you know, we have to understand that I don't. I'm not here to make any friends. I'm here to be a mediaologist the best way I can. That's a word that I made up. That's a word that I dubbed myself a mediaologist. We're doing things and we're on TV, we're doing different things, and just to show the world that, you know, if I can do it, you can as well. I'm here to inspire others. I'm here to encourage others. I'm not, a lot of us, when we're here, when it's all good, we're happy. And then when we leave and it becomes bad, we find everything that's wrong with the situation that we was just currently in, instead of looking within ourselves. I give you an example. The whole Alpo situation, right? You guys, some of you guys, a lot of you guys, haven't really remembered what was going on. You painted a narrative and said that an interview was locked in, or I interviewed Alpo. So I gave him my platform. But you didn't watch what's going on. So I'm going to break it down for you. And I'm not going to talk about it again. They heard that King Erno was coming up here, and Paparazzi Poe put his father on the phone with me. Our Poe conversation was strictly on getting at King Erno. My job, and shout out to Paparazzi Poe, I heard he cleared it up. My job is to say, yo, no, because I am in charge and responsible for the safety of people who come in and out the studio. Now, in this hour conversation, nothing pertaining to anything as far as an interview or doing something transpired. I mean, of course, I heard about the future endeavors and the regret for the documentary and stuff. Not the regret, but like, I made the acknowledgement of the mistake. And we were talking about King Erna for a while. And you have to listen first, and then I responded, and then Poe talked, and then Paparazzi talked, and that's how it went. So, um, so I don't know where everybody get like, yo, you interviewing, you give somebody shine. No. King Erna, Leek Moss, Rock, who was here, was aware of what was going on. I told them prior. Apparently, Paparazzi Poe was outside taking pictures or whatever, and he said off the strip for me, he didn't react. And I appreciate that. I'm still mad at the fact that he was outside. I think that this is a place of business. And on top of that, when things transpire over here, we can all go to jail. They ran up in the studio before. They ran in this business before. I have plenty of times where they ran in the studio. We can go to jail. All of us is going down. And you get sued. You get sued by the building. You get sued by you get sued by the company that I'm renting this from. You get sued by everyone. That's the truth about it, bringing danger to an environment. So my business is more important, and guaranteeing the safety of people is even more important. Um, like I said, King Erna, Lake Moss, Rock. I did tell Poe that I like those dudes, and I told Rock and King Erna I like Poe. So when people say you're being messy in the middle of something, it's not really being in the middle of something. It's just you know letting them know how I feel. So now, what would you have done? Would you have said, "Yo, Poe, Poe, Erna leave"? Would you have left Erna leave? King Erna came down here. They waited for me for a couple of hours, and they was respectful. So I allowed them to come on the show, and it turned out to be a good show. Now, people come up with all these excuses and reasonings of why I do things and how I do things and the type of person I am. But at the end of the day, the thing is, I don't have to really answer to anyone. And I'm not really mad at anyone. Hold on. I'm not really mad, I'm not really mad at anyone. I don't have to answer to anyone. As a meteorologist, that's not what I'm here to do. As a meteorologist, I'm here to provide content, provide the news, content. So the point is, I never stated that I was interviewing Alpo. Regardless of what he said about wanting to do an interview, I never confirmed or denied it. But people made up their own reasoning, and I'm not mad at that. What I want to say is that us as people, right? We want we rather others come up than people of our skin complexion or people in our neighborhood to be in a better position than us. And this is why some of us I have mentally put myself in a position where I respond to what I want to respond to. I ignore what I want to ignore, and I'm focused on a prize. A lot of us wants the crab in a barrel mentality, crab in a bucket. If ABC News, NBC, or whatever interview these guys, they interview R. Kelly, they interview a lot of these guys that are accused of certain things, right? And Sammy the Bull, they interview everybody, and people watch to hear their stories. But when a black man from Queens, New York, who's a meteorologist, who's gang, who was at the bottom where you was at, who ate mayonnaise sandwiches for most of his life at a time, who was poor, who had nothing, who took his friend's sneakers and wear it, who took other sneakers and squeezed his foot into small sneakers just to, because his parents didn't have it like that at the time. For him to come up and do something different, it's an issue, and I'm fine with that. What I'm not going to do is allow people to mentally destroy what I work hard to build. And I love you guys. I love all you guys, and this is not anything pertaining to any negativity or I love you guys. The thing is, it's about moving forward. I see a lot of blogs and a lot of things have happened has branched off because of me. I see people speaking about as far as like where this platform is going to go when it gets boring and stuff like that and et cetera, et cetera. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with people thinking what they know about business because if you knew what I knew, you would be in a better position than me or in my position. We don't go in these positions by luck. We go in these positions by hard work and dedication. I need you to understand that hard work and dedication put me and my partners in this position. People left my platform. People talk bad about me. People talk about my family, my mom, my kids, but I still stay focused. People threaten me. I'll slap you and stuff. I still stay focused. Because at the end of the day, I like what Leek Moore says. I'm not going to allow anybody to trick me out the streets, and I'm getting home by any means necessary. One of the biggest situations was when the police ran in here with a warrant to seize all my computers because of what a woman said and lied on me. To seize my cameras, they had my cameras and everything packed up. Scary moment in my life to have the feds come in there, and it could be a trick because they said that they spoke to the DA and I was there, and my mom was there. She came down from the job and the DA said that we ain't gonna confiscate it now. There's nothing here, and they end up doing the research and getting the camera footages and figuring out because they had to do an investigation, and that was a scary moment for me. And then at the time, one of my homegirls, her sister was saying something about me as well. At the same time, like, yo, Queens Flip forced himself on me, and it was a crazy time. And a lot of you that support know about these stories to try to take down the ship. When I received that email in March from the Manhattan District Attorney's Office and the police saying that we completed our investigation, you're in the clear. That was one of the happiest moments of my life. Because at one point I thought like, yo, what's going on? I've never been in a situation where somebody actually lied on me, painted this picture, and I could have lost everything. So this is why I'm so focused on cameras. And when I have people up here, I'm camera and I ask them to repeat things because you just never know people's agenda. I always give people the benefit of the doubt, and they don't utilize the benefit of the doubt. They want to tear it down. They want to tear me down. Let me use some examples. You got big YouTubers that talk about me, and I don't acknowledge some of them because they talk bad about me. I never disrespected them. I never disrespected them. If you go on my history of battle rap, I'll talk about a match and say who won and who lost based off of my friendship with the opponent. I called myself Mr. Bias. I was biased. A lot of people, even other leagues that I had issues with, would try to tell me, "Yo, don't be cool, don't do this, don't listen, don't follow Star's footprint, don't do this." And I tell them, "No, I'm gonna do what I want to do." And then that got me in issues with them. People want you to follow what they want you to do, what they want you to do, or how they people want you to follow what they think is the right thing for them. And I stay true to myself, not persuaded. Other examples is I never ever did a video where I had to badger anyone. There's no proof unless somebody attacked me or unless I was in a situation with them of me badgering someone randomly. People say, "Flip, you do it all the time." No, where's the proof? Who have I came in the video at a blogger like F this person, F that person? This is why my route and my lane is different. I can't change the wheel. I didn't invent the wheel, but I can solidify my spoke or my spokes on the wheel. I can solidify my rim on the wheel. I didn't change the wheel. You use guys like Hassan Campbell, who's a friend of mine. I invited him up here a couple of times, and the first interview we did was crazy. We did 2 flip the scripts. It was crazy and stuff like that, and it went viral at the time. But he knew, he met me, he knew that I meant good. So that's why when he talk about me, Hassan don't really disrespect me because Flip never disrespected him. Because it's love. You understand what I'm saying? I never had to do what these other people do. The fact that you're a YouTuber and you have to attack another man of your skin complexion, and attack him and disrespect him just to get notoriety says something about your character. Meaning that you will climb, crawl, steal, kill, hurt for success instead of working hard yourself and staying righteous. I never made up no thing. I never try to put together these type of theatrics. I never did all that. Nah, not me. I grind hard and I talk. I pick people off the street and gave them a platform to shine. That's the truth about it. Regardless if you don't want to face it, regardless if you say, I have my ways. I have my angry ways. I have my ways where if things are getting out of control, I get angry, and my disrespectful ways, and even some can say, "Yo, bully." But what I'm not is a person that believes in taking others down and not shining. There's no proof of me out there attacking another blogger, even when I did something with Chris Unbiased. Chris Unbiased admitted the reason why I attacked Queen's Flip because every time he did a blog, he would leave me out of it. He would ignore me. So he made a blog about me. It always happens. That's my tactic. So people say, "Yo, I'm just like you. You can't be like me. I worked hard. I grind. I ain't disrespect nobody. I didn't have to bring another brother down to get shined. I didn't have to do so." And then people get mad if you don't answer them. No, I don't have to answer you. I don't know what's your motive. What's your ulterior motive? You don't answer me. You don't pay attention. I don't need to. I don't know you. A lot of these young YouTubers or up and coming YouTubers that channel got flagged because of my team and they're black and stuff like that and whatever. As long as they're YouTubers, I feel bad for real because my team, Shan, you got Ebach, you got people that have access to this account. I don't want to see a YouTuber go down because of using my content, but I feel like an email, a text message, if you have my number, or even a DM, "Yo, can I use this from, as long as it's not flip the script because that's under a network situation." But, checking in. It's 509. So it's just, give me a second. I don't know if any more donations came in. Okay, another one. $4.99 for the computer. I see the route. They can't stop you. Hit me up. Nasir, the engineer. Shout out to you, brother. Uh, Tanisha, they about to add Mediaologist to the lexicon. Yeah, facts 100. Shout out to T. Yeah. So, another thing, so it's just we have to understand the fact of moving forward. Think about the situation as far as like YouTube right now. Y'all all know that everybody says get the likes up, comment. I say that too because a lot of the YouTubers of other races of other race they use these terminologies, they use these slogans. Get the likes up. Come on, do this, do that, do that. Come on, let's do it. And then I watch people come in and just automatically like, automatically helps because it helps. This helps Queens flip. And even me, I shouldn't have to badger y'all or come at y'all for not liking. But some of us would appreciate the automatic like and support because it helps our brand grow. Helps us grow. And the thing is, it's like I'm not really a nice person, but I have a heart. I'm not nice. I don't sympathize with certain things. There was a guy that used to be up here, and he told me something one day. And even though I went to his neighborhood today, and I did it on Instagram just to have a conversation with him based off of a YouTube video, he said something to me that will always stick out. He said, "Yo, Flip, people be wanting to talk to you sometimes, and you don't listen. People want to have conversations, and you just act funny, and it ain't right." And when he said that to me, out of all the things he ever said about me or to me, that stuck with me, and it made me look at things different because of him. I learn from everyone. I learn from my children. I learn from my enemies. I learn from my friends. I'm always learning. I don't know everything. But what I do know is that I'm not going to allow anybody to trick me off the street, allow anybody to help me fail. I'm not going to do it. I'm not here to badger anyone. I'm not here to make fun of anyone. I'm not here to take anyone's joy. Back to the YouTube guys, I definitely want to help up and coming YouTubers. My track record as well. You can see it. Killer Kev, Soul B, Wildcat, Bad Vibes. A lot of these guys have their YouTube channels and their channels because I showed them how to do it. See, Franklin built his own YouTube, but I helped him with certain things. So the thing is, when you use your mind to judge me based off of what you watch and not judge me by my actions, it goes to show that you really don't care about my success. You want to watch me crash and burn, which is okay. It's okay. It's okay to want to watch me crash and burn. D-Daz, here's a contribution towards the new MacBook Pro. It's not a MacBook. It's a $20. It's a Mac Pro. But thank you, D-Daz. So I don't really I don't want to fight nobody or see anybody, fail myself. It's a lot of things like I'll give you an example. I feel like people don't hold others accountable for their actions. What I mean is that we have a couple of people that don't want to do flip the script interviews, but you guys continuously ask for them. And you ask for them to put me in a position to say something bad about them, to cause a divide and conquer tactic. Example, Pistol Pete has a podcast. He did one with Bimmy and Mano, first episode, I think. Pistol Pete from KAR heard about Flip the Script, saw Cuban Link on there, saw Mario Machete on there, everybody. He doesn't want to be on the show. Now, instead of you guys hitting him up like, yo, come on, Flip the Script. Why you don't want to be on Flip the Script on this Instagram? You guys continuously write me. making it seem like that I'm doing something bad just to put that type of energy out there. Same thing with the Crips. The Crips do not want to be on the show. I spoke to the guy from Junior Mafia, right? Let me just keep it real with y'all with something. And I'm not gonna read this homeboy because I had him on my platform before. The guy that did an interview with Junior Mafia, I think his name is C Gutter. Great gentleman, very respectful. Salute to C Gutter. I got a lot of respect for him. I did my research on him. He gave me a nice message as far as like, what his whole agenda was, what the message he wants to spread out there. A week prior, I hit him up. Then, coming on the show, he said, yo, if I'm coming on the show, I'm talking about what I'm doing now. And I respected it. I understood it. Then he went on the homie MREC show the next week. He didn't respond. I said, okay. He went on MREC show. I'm fine with that. And then that whole situation where people say the homies was looking for me. And then they sent me a picture in my DM that the guy that would look for me was in the same picture with C Gutter. It wasn't C Gutter for C Gutter had nothing to do with those shenanigans. But the guy that walked up to the camera, which was clearly a joke, was that I have the DMs of who he is and stuff like that. Cool guy. And I laughed about it. I wasn't angry or tried to go on attack against MREC or anything. He probably was in the neighborhood because Gutter is his man. Gutter knew him. He probably was in the neighborhood. He probably, was minding his business. I don't know. But that was a funny thing to me, but I didn't get mad and try to attack anybody. And try to attack MREC or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I wish him the best on what he is. He's been doing this for a long time. I saw him with Bimmy, and he was with Bimmy doing something. They wanted me on camera. Well, not really wanted me on camera. I'll be lying. The camera was there recording, and I just kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? We said, what up? And I kept it moving. I pay the respects to him and what he has contributed. The point of the matter is that people try to cause these divisions as far as disrespect. I would never disrespect a fellow blog on here. Vlad TV have reached out to me plenty of times before about different things. I appreciate Vlad. Showed me love, and we supposed to do work together at one point before. It never happened. In a way, I follow some of his tactics as far as like how did he put the video up. I don't have any issues against Vlad. I think that he has shown and paved the way to do journalism and media. But I'm a mediaologist, dubbed. And he's gonna keep doing his thing. I saw a comment from Doggy Diamonds responding to people saying that, yo, no disrespect to Flip, but we've been doing this a long time, and something about following his blueprint. I'm not mad at Doggy Diamonds. I had him on my show as well, and when I had him on my show, it was a great encounter. I see a lot of things with a lot of people. The point is that I don't need to go into a back and forth game. I could say their names now because I want them to shine. I'm not saying I have a different revenue or avenue, which is my Instagram, my skits, my videos. I want them to shine. So it's nothing like no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need to throw shots or disrespect these brothers. And For Minds is the same thing. I spoke to the guy at Timbo at Info Minds, and I had to let him know that, it's good to work together, but I don't want to do a video. You have a guest, and then I have a guest, and it looked like I'm following you. And he understood that. He didn't feel no way. He didn't feel disrespected. Queen Flip disrespecting me. Nah. You know what I'm saying? I shot him out. Queen Flip disrespecting me. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? We discussed certain things, and certain things didn't, because I spoke to, apparently, he hit me up about something with C. Franklin, and then something for Kevin Childs. But Kevin Childs and them said that they were already interested in doing the interview because people commented, but he did make the connection, meaning like I guess he put us on the phone. So Timbo gets a lot of credit for that. Timbo puts us on the phone. He didn't have to do that. I'm saying I didn't have to speak to Charles directly. I don't know if Charles asked me. I don't know how it happened. I don't know. Timbo could tell you. But he's a solid dude because he gave me information that he was looking at for people that, yo, you should interview this person, interview that person. And I just told him I don't want it to look like that I'm taking anybody from your platform or doing something like that. I don't want to do that. And he agreed, and he said it won't happen again as far as that type of connection. And we agreed and we laughed. There's just somebody that's from Queens who wanted to help see my platform, our platform, flourish. Um, so I like him. The thing is, though, I don't need to disrespect these guys in order to get shine. I don't need to violate these guys in order to become successful. A lot of people don't like certain people. They don't like Hassan Campbell, Bosco, King Erna, and they expect me not to like them. Why you give these guys a platform? I give my fellow black man a platform because they're in the same lane as me, and I want them to shine, especially if I have a bigger platform from them. I just want them to shine. That's my record. I want them to shine and be successful. So you would never catch me throwing shots. I brought up all those bloggers' names because you would never catch me throwing shots at them. And now you're going to say, yo, why you don't bring up Gully TV name? I don't know Gully TV. I heard Gully TV said comments about 3 times, sarcastically and rude and being disrespectful, but I don't have an issue with him because he also shouted me out on his Instagram, I saw. So I stay away and don't talk about it and disrespect him. I have no issue. I think that what he does is great. I think Gully TV is needed in this game. I think that his research skills and how he do things and his knowledge for certain street things is spectacular. Something that there will never be a guy like him. He's him. I'm me. So I call these guys names to say that I never had to diss a guy to get success. So the reasons that people may have issues is because they may feel that I'm ignorant and I'm this person and I'm that person. But in all reality, I'm just a man that's out here to give people a platform. I tell everybody, you can't tell me who to interview. I'm a mediaologist. You can't tell me what to do or how to do it. I never will listen to that. People with the Snow Billy and Mano situation, people may think, yo, interview Snow Billy, don't matter. But what about his safety? I'm not saying he's scared, but what about he coming here and it does that man studios right there and something happens? Well, I'm in the middle of that. What about protecting the black man? I can't control how Mano feel. What about protecting? You know what I'm saying? So I'm looked at as a bad guy, disrespectful guy, because I didn't participate in a setup or breaking somebody down. I didn't participate that. Mano's my man. I ride with Mano 100%. Mano's a friend of mine, a brother, so I ride with him. But because I didn't participate in anything, it's like, oh, come on, Flip. No, you can't control people, especially when they're from the streets. You can't control them. I can't be controlled when I'm upset. So I remove myself from certain situations. Do you understand what I'm saying? So to go back is that I don't have to tear a brother down to come up in this media world. There's going to be a group of mediaologists. I'm about to start a mediaologist group of bloggers. And this group is going to be composed of people with honor, with smarts, who's genuine, and focused on the prize. We don't have to tear others down. Shout out to Sarnetta. Shout out to, these people reached out to me before to do events and host events. Shout out to, it's a lot of people that I spoke to. I don't need to disrespect nobody. I don't need to violate nobody. Nah, man. I don't need to do that. My children, when they look at me, they'll see my pranks and me jumping around and crashing and destroying things, but they also will say my father was a man who lived by a certain principle. Yeah, you're gonna bring up a situation where I had a fight up here with a guy. Yeah, I don't regret that. For years, and I showed things on Facebook. I felt I was attacked and stalked and disrespected. Was it right what happened to him up here after? No. Did he do something that could be seen as, he did something honorable? Yes. But at the end of the day, I'm a human being. I'm emotional. I get emotional, and sometimes I deserve a pass, but not a pass from the people, the pass from the man upstairs. I deserve forgiveness because sometimes we go back into this place of a dark place, especially where we're from. I always talk about, where we're from. So when I get back into that dark place, it tends to make me do something wrong. I always talk about the Pops on Blast page that was started years ago on MySpace, and a girl jumped out the window of Martin Van Buren, and I went to jail for it. And, I beat the case because they said that on MySpace, they were only able to post the comments. Queens flipped it, and it had nothing to do with that. On MySpace, you were able to post the comments. So Pops on Blast was a page with Mr. Cool Guy created it, but I joined with him. It was a page that they posted pictures of girls. Because back in the days on AIM, girls would send nude pictures. That was a thing in high school, sending naked pictures, sending twerks and stuff. And then the guys on Pops on Blast, they're posting in the comment section. So in MySpace, you could just post a picture in the comment. Yo, this is her from Queens. This is her from here. And, somebody got bad. I got shot behind that. I got shot before behind that. And it is what it is. That's not I glorify. When I say I got shot, that's nothing that I glorify. But the Pops on Blast was an unfortunate situation. At the time, being a part of something like that to tear down the black women was not good. Now that I have a daughter, me being mean to people, me violating, it wasn't good. I was in a bad space, and it starts from the home sometimes. So I don't really talk about that because it's not nothing that I glorify. But Pops on Blast, needless to say, Pops on Blast was started. It happened. Got arrested. Whole type of charges, and they all got dropped because I wasn't in control of the pictures that people posted. The pictures wasn't sent to my phone, and I posted them. MySpace was only able, you could post them in the comments, yourself. So I was a part of, you know, this crazy thing that I was a part of the destruction. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. I see donations coming in. Sorry. Yeah. So I was a part of that negative world. You know what I'm saying? And being in that situation, made me realize that I'm either going to be help build or I'm going to help destroy the community. I used to be mad at people um, because I didn't reciprocate or get the respect that I gave. I never allowed people to change how I feel or help me change how I feel or help guide me in the wrong direction. Um, I lost a lot of deals and situations on the table because of my ego and my attitude. My ego is a bad thing, and I think as black men in the community, we tend to have these ego problems. And you know, I had a big ego issue, and I still have one. It's more, subtle now, but the ego thing is a bad thing. I always say I don't want nobody to tell me what to do. I don't want to hear what they gotta say. I'm focused. My focus is I see the prize, I go get the prize, I take the prize, I am the prize. That's my goal. And I lost a lot of situations. This is why I can't really blame my ex partner for leaving because it's like, we were at a stagnated moment at one time. I don't know if stagnated is a word, but stagnant. We were stagnant. Because I always say, nah, I'm not interested in that. Nah, I don't want that. Nah, I don't want to do that. I'm good. No, nah. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I always do that. Um, I just feel like we learn from our mistakes. We learn from our trials and tribulations. We learn. Hold on, 999. Is the Alpo interview actually happening with you? And can you ask him about his relationship with other New York gangsters? If I get an interview like that, I will ask him. But I'm not sure if the interviews are happening. We didn't discuss the interview. Yeah, CK Corey King 499. Salute. Thank you, CK. So, you know what I was saying. Ego. Sometimes we got to bring our ego down in order to be successful. And I wish a lot of times I would have sat back and just listened on one of these networks, and I was so focused on I was so focused on them not changing me, them not excuse me, I'm tired. Them not changing me, them allowing me to be me, that I disregard their pointers. I shut off all communications with them mentally. So I wasn't willing to learn when they could have just gave me pointers. Some people could sit in a room quietly and understand things and listen and all right, got you, yeah, and understand and take pointers. You know what I mean? Not me. I just said, I'm good. Nah, I don't want to do it. And that's wrong. I don't want you to follow. If you're a mediaologist, I don't want you following down that road. Period. I don't want none of you following down that road as mediaologists. Like I said, our group is going to be composed of honorable, focused individuals that want to win and get the prize. Period. Give me a second. Good morning, bro. D-Boy Lennox, absolute. Good morning. So the point is, like, this is why certain situations transpired where people was disrespecting me, and it's like, I don't like that. You don't got to do that, man, because just let me do me. I think that we get in a world today where people like pull you everywhere, pull you this, pull you that, and my number changed, and my number changed because sometimes you got to shut yourself out from the world. I got to focus on me. Can't focus on everybody else. My children and me are important. But I would say this. I would say a flaw about myself. I would say that every time a negative comment come up or a negative text or a negative video, I tend to jump out the window and respond. I've been like that my whole life, and it ain't right. It ain't right to do that. It ain't right to do that. It doesn't show maturity. It doesn't show that you're confident within yourself, and not that I'm not confident within myself, because I know that that word is like a backbite, but it's like it just shows that you just want to. It just it's not a good thing to react to. It's not a good thing to react to have this sort of negativity, and I've been having this negativity. I've been reacting to these negative things for a long time, and I just feel like enough is enough with the reacting, with the disrespect, with the jumping on it's whack. It's whack. The truth about it is that we just got to be focused on who we are. We got to be focused on the bigger prize. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, um, so 687 people in here. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna get the likes up to about 400 likes so we could have Queen's Flip video looking as good as it can? Or do I have to be a typical person and say, well, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not. I don't want to be like that. So I don't want to remind you guys of certain things that and terminologies that people got from me because a lot of people don't know the definition of algorithm. They say things but don't know the definition. They don't know how it works. And I give a lot of people pointers. Same thing with King Erna. Same thing with the team. I give them pointers. Hmm. So of course, I would like to see a good amount of likes in here. Of course. I'm saying, let me see, 499. Flip. Are you what are your unfiltered thoughts on Alpo after actually chopping up with him? Do you feel he would help the youth? I can't really comment on what I feel about Alpo helping the youth or not because the Alpo situation is very sensitive because Rich Porter family is still out here, and the people that he hurt, their family still alive, and you got to do things and you got to do things and say things with that in mind. I think Alpo, I didn't speak to him as far as wanting to help the youth, but I think that he can help the youth if he choose to. But people have this stigmatism against him as far as being a tattletale or a rat, and I think that's causing a lot of stir. But the youths coming up look up to him in the movies, I guess, or his name or Rico and stuff and Cameron but it's just a very helping the youths. I think if he wanted to, he can. Dude, you asked me if I think that he wants to help the youths. I don't know. The conversation wasn't in that direction. I'm saying so, like we got every time the lights go up. If the lights go up to 300, we'll get 800 people in here because that's how the algorithm works. So if you can go out your phone and like, if you didn't like yet, and just liking is just like showing your appreciation, showing your love for Queen Flip, showing your love for the platform. It's about 5 in the morning. I got 700 people in here, and it's just an amazing feeling. Um, I watch people time and time again try to destroy something that they don't understand. I watch people time and time again try to attack something they don't understand. I was one of them. I would attack it mentally. I wouldn't attack it verbally. Mentally, I would attack it. And I just feel like people should take the time to know things, to get to know one another, and to get to learn from each other. I've always been a guy that when I get mad and stuff, I want to pull up and, back to respond to negativity. And I'm trying my best to not respond to negativity. I'm trying my best to just stay focused on the prize, to be the boss that I know I can be, to be able to be the head mediaologist, to guide the youths and all the people in the media to a right direction. You know what I mean? And I definitely think that we should get more likes. 600. Let's get not 600. 300 to 400 likes, and I think that if you don't know how to like it, just slide out the video and come back, and before you click and zoom in, on the bottom there's a like button, and I don't know, but I have a question for you people out there, and I want you to listen to this. What would you do if you was in my shoes? What would you do if you had my opportunity? What would you do if you dealt with a lot of people and just kept giving and giving and they spat in your hand or spat in your face? What would you do if you had the opportunity to interview to a lot of people one of the worst people in their opinion in New York City? Person that's still around and moving like they don't care. What would you do? Uh, what would you do if you had the opportunity to bring your platform to another level, but because of the codes that we live by and these ethics and morals, it could hinder you from moving forward, or it could cause you to work harder. Would you work harder, or would you allow yourself to elevate in certain ways? What would you do? What would you do if you had people attack you all the time, people that you help, people that you look out for, and they just attack you continuously with disrespect, names, and calling you names and not caring about anything? What would you do? Hmm. That's why we can't always be whoever somebody else. What would you do if networks told you they don't want your partner, they only want you? Huh? What would you do? What would you do if a network said that, we don't want your partner, we only want you? What would you do? Would you take the deal? Hmm? 499 again. Thoughts on Whack 100 dissing Nipsey Hussle and LL Cool J dissing Alpo on Sway? I didn't see LL Cool J dissing Alpo on Sway. What did LL Cool J say? If you could write it. And Whack 100 dissing Nipsey, I didn't really pay attention to that, but I'll tune in when I get in the car. Yeah. What would you do? Not stressed. I'm focused. I'm fine. I'm happy. It's just late in the morning. I had to come get something for my family, for my wife. She has to do something tomorrow, and I just wanted to go live and talk to the people. But the different thing is that when I talk to the people, read the comments though. Sit down and read the comments. A man is opening up to you guys and talking to you guys, and first thing you do is equate it with something negative or something he's sad or he's quitting or his wife did this or wife did that, instead of saying, yo, he just chopping it up with us because he's family. Like when you call a family 2 in the morning, call your boys. Queens Flip consider us family, so he's just talking us about advice, and he's gonna read the comments later. You know what I'm saying? But it got to be negative because people don't like to see others grow. And we're not talking about joking wise, but like it's just yeah, man. I don't think he's in a good space. Yeah, you know what I'm saying so. I let's get the likes of 400. I'm gonna share something with y'all. Yeah, what you do? Oh, I got some donations on 13. Oh wow, got some donations on the GoFundMe. Salute, salute. That's dope. The donations on the GoFundMe is dope. We didn't get to 1,000. But listen, what would you do? What would you do if your son was at home crying alone? We gotta understand that everything that is being done is not of negative annotation. I think you, Daylight, and Battle Truth would be fire. LOL. Yeah, but you know, shout out to them. I don't really have nothing to do with them. And that's what I want you to ask yourself. Can we get the likes of 400, please? Is that too much to ask on this beautiful morning? We got 700 people in here. Can we get the likes to 400? Have you ever noticed that people also discredit others? Let me talk to you from the heart real quick. Let's get the likes up to 400, and I'm gonna go into details. Let's get the likes up to 400. Let's get the likes of 400. I saw a guy dissing me today, right? Before I say this. And a guy that was dissing me, making fun of me, asking for donations and doing this. I'm not gonna call his name, but I went to his house. It was on my Instagram live. I went to his house. I cleaned off his car. It's a nice car. I just wiped it off. I wrote "I'm from Queens" behind it. I cleaned it off. But I was outside for about an hour, 2 hours, because in the live I heard that he said something about my mom. I'm not sure if it's true. I said I heard about it, but I did see the live where he made fun of me, asking for donations, and saying that we never paid him, and I'm fine with that. The thing is that, you know, by me going over there 3 in the morning, and I was outside for about 20 minutes calling his name before I went live to tell the people, because I wanted the people to help and let them know that I'm outside. But by me calling his name, by me going live, I knew people was gonna DM him and say, "Yo, come outside, Flipper's out there." I will never fight anybody on live. I will never try to embarrass anybody on live. I have a big message. The problem is we automatically go to a negative annotation. We automatically get negative. Yo, Flip was gonna do this. Nah. Why would I do that on live? For clout? For embarrassment? To lose sponsorship? To lose money? Why we can't just talk outside as men and you guys be able to watch? Like, we had a conversation and stuff like that. Why must everything always end in violence? Why must I go there, right? Yo, Flip, but you antagonize the situation. You went over there looking for trouble. Why must we automatically think that I'm going over there looking for trouble? I'm a full-time father. My husband. I'm a businessman. My time's a late night like this. So I went over there and I went to have a conversation. But the people put these negative annotations together. I wasn't talking about any aggression. Yo, he's this, he's that, tell him to come outside. I said one of the guys, the older guy that was on my platform, I said, I'm scared of him. I'm nervous. He makes me nervous. The stuff that he do, the stuff that he said has been making me nervous for a while. And, I want to rectify the situation pertaining to anything of any money that's being owed. I want to take care of it and move forward. Anybody that says things about it and talks crazy and stuff like that, I definitely, you know, want to have a conversation. And when you don't have a person's number and stuff like that, sometimes a face-to-face conversation is needed, just to tell somebody, yo, I love you, bro, or I got your back. Don't worry about it. It was on live, it was but people think, yo, it's negative and so, yeah. I'm gonna read a comment of look at this comment right here. Britney Spears, Proto Man 3456. Now it's a negative comment, but I'm gonna read it. Flip, you're a fat N word. Fat N word love attention instigated until they get smacked. And they're fine with it if no one sees. Just lie middle school. It's in your nature. So uh Let's talk about that. No, I ain't talking about Wildcat. No, I didn't pull up. Wildcat's not around. I pulled up on a guy. A lot of people know him. He used to be on my platform. He left. You know what I mean? He left and he used to be on my platform, but he did a live today. You know what I'm saying? I cleaned off the Lexus for him, and just to show him that it's love. It was snowing outside, and I cleaned it off. Let me respond to that. I've been doing blogging for about since 2013. I started getting paid in 2015. In 2013, my blogs went so fast that I couldn't get paid from it because I spammed it in the beginning before I took off. And my uncle used to say, "Yo, go make another YouTube, make another YouTube." And I told him, "Nah, I didn't want to make another YouTube," but I did. I have never in my life, besides being smacked by a girl from Brooklyn named Georgie, who smacked me 2017 or 18, I've never been slapped in my face. I've been punched. I've never been slapped. And on top of that, if I get attacked, I never made an excuse for being attacked. Never. You see, the problem is people from the streets cannot talk about people who's not from the streets and vice versa. I see people hit up Cav and Soul B and all these guys like, "Yo, why y'all let him do that? Why y'all let him do this? Why y'all let..." But these gentlemen will tell you that, Queensflip could defend himself. He's a man. Some of them did proper research, some of them didn't. But Queensflip is the man. We don't let him do anything. And it's a respect thing. I would have slapped him. I stand on my square against anyone. I don't come and disrespect anyone. And on top of that, I'm not a herb. So instigating, I may do something with King Ern and Alpo. Everybody, all parties are aware of what I'm doing. Alpo was aware what I was going to do. King Erna was aware what I was going to do. But because you're not in my position and you can't handle it how I handle it, it's automatically as far as, I'm instigating or causing trouble, and I'm fine with that. And people like you do not belong on my platform or in the comments, because out of all the stuff we're talking about today, you go to try, and I saw it, and but I'm moving on. So just keep that in mind, that you got to look within yourself before you look at others. But yeah, so everything don't end in violence. Everything don't end in fights. Here's a little something towards your Mac Pro. Good looking, Tony Justiano. I appreciate you. Everything don't end in violence. I'm saying everything don't end in fights. Like, yo, nah, everything don't end like that. You know. Um, let's get the likes up to 500. We got 800 people. Anything don't end in violence. I want to elaborate on something real quick that's important to me in my heart. Somebody wrote a long comment and it stuck out to me that, yo, Flip, the people made your platform. The guests made your platform, right? And I said, okay. Even though my platform grew from battle rap, quiet rooms, and my blogs that I did about battle rap, my platform with 250,000 subscribers, the other one 240, that grew from me doing my pranks with Tiana, Young Ma, and all that. And it just grew, it grew, it grew. And the largest video was the one where I slapped the cereal out my son's hand, and I got 970 million views, almost a billion. I think I hit a billion, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, Flip, your guest makes your platform. But a lot of these guests you haven't heard about. Then somebody made an excuse that, but we heard about them back in the days in HDM and in these storybooks. I never heard about them until I did my research and I realized that these guys were taking over. It's a new age. My fan base is a younger fan base, and I just started getting the older fan base, but the fan base is a younger fan base that know who Queensflip is. You must do your proper research. I was on TV, Tosh.0, 2.9 million viewers. I'm lying, 2.6, but 2.9, same thing, rounded off, because 6 is over 5. But At the same time, I'm from Queens, and I say that to say that the people that come on my platform, it's a joint effort. Me having a big brand and they having their story. We come together, we make a classic episode. Nobody is better than anybody else. Nobody is better. You gotta show me statistically that right now I'm talking like I'm talking 5 in the morning. I got 804 people in here. Statistically, you gotta show me the facts that this man is doing his thing. The people like Queen's Flip. Now, what you gonna say? Okay, yo, please, we want to hear what you gotta say because the whole Alpo thing went viral. Maybe, but it's a joint effort. You don't ever hear me trying to tear down those brothers I came on the platform with. None of them. Not Wildcat, not CK, not Soul B. I don't tear them down. I appreciate them. Soul B and them and Killer Kev, I appreciate because, and this is why I put the foot forward with them, press the gas with them because, they were the first two that popped it off. It was Soul B and then Killer Kev next. They sort of set the premise of the direction that we were going, if you understand what I'm saying. So, like, when you try to discredit one's character, all I ask you to do is go to their page or go to another page and watch them. That's it. Go to another page and watch them. Get the other page's views. True stories, true spill. Get the other page's views. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I say. As far as the donations, I would say this. I've watched these top brands of these Caucasian guys. Um, let's get the likes up to. We had 375. Let's get it to 500. I watch these top brands just get the likes and get donations without asking and complaining. They ask for the likes. Yeah, get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes. They ask for the likes. Make sure you subscribe, turn your notification, and get the likes up. That's YouTube etiquette 101. I watch these dudes receive donations. Rogers Base, who does anime, because they want to see them go into a direction and want to see them grow. How many of you in your heart, before I get up out of here, want to see me grow? How many of you in your heart actually got love for Queen's Flip? Or you just feel like I stumbled into this position by mistake? How many of you actually respect Queen's Flip? If you had the world in your hand, what category would you put Queen's Flip in? A successful one or with the bums or be a bum? What would you put me in? How do you really feel inside about me? Because no matter how anybody feel, I'ma still succeed. But let's look within ourselves. Let's look within. How do you feel? Saw a man today that I keep forgiving this man and I keep forgiving him, but somebody was dissing me, and once again I saw him in the comments and Iron Man 245, man. It's so disappointing because he send these texts and he send these things, and that's another thing. It's like, what is really, and there's nothing wrong with supporting, but if somebody dissing me, I would never, like, if Kev is dissing somebody, right? And I'm cool with So Be. Say Kev this So Be. I'm not gonna put fire signs if I rock with both of them. Like, man, you wild. I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm just saying, like, and why do I care? Flip, why do you care? Flip is just a fan. It's just that when, as an older man, when are we going to be able to differentiate things? If somebody's dissing me and talking about my platform and you put facts and fire signs, that means that you agree with them. Why the double standard? So what would you do? What do you want me to do? Where do you want me to be in life? Where would you put me? Detroit. Show me love from the west side of Detroit. Salute, salute. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what would you do, brothers? Let's see if we get 500 likes before I get up out of here. What would you do? So, let me tell you what I'll do with y'all. I'll put everybody in a position to win. I don't want no problems. I don't want no smoke. I don't want to see nobody lose. I want you all to win. All of you. Bloggers, musicians, fans, supporters. I want you to win. And if everything else fails, just know. See if I get 500 likes first. Just know I love you. Just know Queen's Flip loves me. Just know. I had John Gotti family reach out to me. I interviewed George Martirano. That was a dope interview. I have people reach out to me all day, and I want to keep it going for the people. But what would you do? Hmm. I couldn't do what a lot of you guys do, bro. I couldn't see somebody fail and fall like that. I couldn't watch somebody just to watch them crash and burn. I couldn't watch somebody just because I see a car accident happening. Yeah, I recorded people that went crazy. Yeah, I did that. I did that. But in all reality, I knew that their senses were together. And sometimes we do things out of sheer excitement until it's brought to our attention like, yo, Flip, you're bugging. That person is clearly not all the way there. Fall back. And then I switch up what I do. But what would you do if you had my life in your hands? Huh? Would you make me win? Or would you help me lose? 719. Let's get the likes of 500, please, before I leave. I don't know how much donations I received. You know, Chubby 77, Chubby 722. Why you never dropped the Nietas interview? Salute, Flip. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna drop the Nietas interview tomorrow or Wednesday on Patreon. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna put the Nietas interview together, and I'm gonna drop it on Patreon exclusively for Patreon. I'm gonna drop the Nietas interview exclusively for Patreon. I want to put it out. I want to drop it for Patreon. You can sign up for Patreon and watch it. I'm gonna drop the full part 2 of the Bloods on Patreon. The missing edited pieces. I'm gonna drop the whole thing. The standing up, the going outside. I'm gonna drop the whole thing. Yeah. Tired. Yeah. So 429. Let's get to 500. You know. Yeah. What would you do if you had my life in your hands? What would you do? 70 more likes, y'all. What would you do if you had my life in your hands? That's what you need to ask yourself. Yo, I'm mad because something wasn't put together in the computer. Like I'm really mad about that. I'm really like ticked off, bro. I think that yeah, $5. You're far from a bum, bro. I love your interview. Huge fan. How come? How can I come up for interview? I got my own story to tell. Peace, God. I mean, depending on your story, we do the research and some of the stories we get. I'm never against listening to a story. But listen, Queens Flip. I'm from Queens. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you all.